All right, everybody, what is going on? Good evening. I know I'm a little bit late with this video, had some things going on tonight, but I do want to talk a little bit about the second and final day of the Seattle Seahawks rookie minicamp. Started earlier today, wrapped up some hours ago, and now we've got some stuff to get into for the Seattle Seahawks rookies. And obviously, it's a 2-day minicamp. There are, I think we counted, what was it, 68 players participating on some level, and we get very limited opportunities to really derive anything of value to us from something like this, but we do the best that we can. And I want to stress again, this is it for a while, right? We're not going to see these guys back on the field until near the end of the month. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks, more on them a little bit later. But once again, I want to open the video up with this because this is what it's all about, people. It's all about those Lombardis, and we got a second one this last year, so looking pretty good. But to run through some of the things of note from today, and once again, I wasn't there, right? So this is just what gets filtered out to us in the public space. Again, a lot of it was just kind of like more generic stuff like, oh, look at that guy doing this, look at that guy doing that. Here's Julian Neal. Early in the day, there was a little clip here of, what is this? Emmanuel Henderson Jr. So this is going to be, it notes that he has the ball in his hands, and I'll say it again, and I think it bears repeating. There's a very narrow path for Emmanuel Henderson Jr. to make this team as a receiver. It's going to be all about special teams. He's going to have to prove his special teams value is so high, he brings more to the table than Cody White. And Cody White's actually made some plays as a wide receiver in the NFL in previous years, so tall task, but you got to give him a shot. He was a draft pick. And even if he just ends up on the practice squad, there is value to that. We got this little clip of Bud Clark working on safety run fits, and I've been talking about Bud Clark today. I will have a video going up later today talking about Bud Clark and some of the tape I saw on him. And you see the range of different things that he brings to the table here as a player. He is capable of playing free. He's capable of playing box. He's capable of playing slot corner. So there's a lot going on here that's good. But again, you look at stuff like this and it's just kind of like, okay, I can see what he's doing, but what are we taking away from that? What are we deriving from that clip? You know, same with stuff like this. Here's another Bud Clark clip from Corbin here. And it's like, okay, we see that. It looks good, but what are we learning as fans? For us right now, not a lot, because we can't put this clip in the context of everything that happened that day. So let's get into some other stuff. So one thing that we learned today, and also a little bit yesterday, but today it was actually said out loud, the plan for Beau Stephens. And Greg Bell captures this pretty well in this tweet here, because Mike Macdonald did address the media after the press conference, or excuse me, after the practice. So Coach Mike Macdonald on 5th round pick Beau Stephens, they traded up to get, being at right guard to begin his Seahawks career. So Beau Stephens, for the moment, is playing right guard. I think it was Curtis Allen that initially caught that yesterday, and that has been now directly head-on addressed. According to Mike Macdonald, Stephens will be at right guard and left guard. So if he can provide quality backup reps at both positions, that's great. I want to say again, he mostly played left guard in college, but he did do some right guard for one of those seasons. So there is an opportunity here for him to maybe become a right guard as well. The question is it enough to be a starter? If you like sports, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using the Prize Picks app, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, and obviously we are now firmly into the NFL offseason, so we're all about baseball. We got some basketball, we got some hockey, whatever it is you like. Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. Definitely make sure to use the promo code HMA. Prize Picks is hooking up users with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. If you use that promo code, that is HMA. I've had a great time on Prize Picks so far, so definitely get on over to it, check it out, and make sure to get your lineups. And don't forget about Team Picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So download the app now, use HMA, and get on over to Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. So, yeah, that's definitely compelling, and that's going to be exciting to some people because there's a desire to not have Anthony Bradford on the field anymore for a lot of Seahawks fans. I'm not really one of those guys, but you can clearly do better than what Bradford brings to the table. It's not that hard. But one thing that this tweet points out, and some other tweets talking about this also pointed out, Anthony Bradford is entering his contract year. And I think that's probably a more measured way to look at things. Stephens taking Bradford's job as a rookie strikes me as very unlikely, but I think him being groomed behind Bradford for 2026 and then getting the starting job in 2027 when Bradford has signed a free agent contract elsewhere is very much on the table. I've said it before, right guard is not that hard of a position to get competent play out of. You don't need to get a blue chipper. You don't need to spend a super high pick. You don't need to spend a ton of money. You just need to find somebody that can generally do the right things. So I don't think Beau Stephens being unathletic or a 5th-round pick is a barrier to him being a good right guard. I will say he doesn't have the ceiling of Bradford, but he also doesn't have the floor. And that may be less stressful to deal with. I don't know if it'll actually be better, but it's definitely more dependable and less anxiety-inducing because you just don't know when Bradford's going to make one of his big mistakes. So I remain skeptical that Stephens is going to actually take the starting job from Bradford in 2026, at least at first. But I do think he can become a capable starter, maybe not a good starter, but a capable starter with time. The thing with these Iowa guys is they tend to kind of come into the league ready to go, and they're relatively polished and finished. So I don't think he's going to ascend to an elite level at any point, but I do think that he can maybe be a competent starter as long as we do this the right way. So that was probably the most interesting thing we've learned over the last couple days. They are trying Stephens at right guard, and there's no mention of center, which I thought the center idea was interesting, but I wonder if maybe Haynes moves to center. That might be a consideration here. We tried that before. It didn't work great, but maybe we try it again. And the bottom line is we have 11 offensive linemen. I think one of them has to go. Maybe Haynes just gets cut. Maybe Oluwatimi gets traded. A couple different things can happen, but I'm trying to piece it all together in my head. Beyond that, we got this little clip of Devin Eastern here, and I'm starting to kind of get into this one, man. Starting to get into this. They've shown a couple clips of him over the last couple of days here. I'm starting to see where this could be better than Brandon Peely even from day one, because Peely is that's a very low bar. And Devin Eastern, I like some of this stuff that I'm seeing from him so far. I like what I'm seeing from him based on my post-draft evaluation of him. Again, we're not asking for a ton here. We're just asking for competent nose tackle play better than Brandon Peely. That seems feasible to me, even from a late drafted rookie. More Jadarian Price clips as well. This is just him carrying the ball, and it looks fine, but there were some things with Jadarian Price that actually caught my attention and beyond just, oh, look at him run. Let me see here. Oh yeah, this is a Beau Stephens drill. This is a clip from Condota with Beau Stephens going through some drills, doing the multiple pickup stuff, which his cerebral nature is kind of one of the big benefits of him. So cool to see. But let me see if I can find the, yeah, okay, no, this is Beau Stephens again, and this is Brady Henderson talking about him. The Seahawks had him at right guard during rookie camp, but as with any guard who isn't a clear-cut starter, he'll train on both sides. So this is, yeah, this is Beau on the blocking sled. I'm not going to play the whole clip. This one's a little bit longer, but we're seeing it from multiple people now, people that we typically trust and typically listen to. Beau Stephens, we are going to give him a chance at right guard. I can see it both ways because he's not a great athlete. Right guard might be better for him, but it's not like he's super strong and powerful, which is typically what you want from a right guard. Now, I know we're running zone and it's a little different, but still, like Bradford is strong and powerful. He just is inconsistent. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get to here with Jadarian Price. This is another thing that happened over the last couple of days that caught my attention, talking about him as a pass catcher. To me, this is an important element to the equation. I don't get the sense that Jadarian Price is a very good blocker, and I don't know if he ever will be. Maybe he can get a little bit better, but I don't know if he'll ever be good. But can he become a good pass catcher? Can he at least offer some stuff in the passing game? He did not catch very many passes in college, but that could have been because of circumstance. We don't know. Price dropped one throw during rookie camp, but otherwise looked fine catching the ball. And Brady Henderson posted this little clip here of him catching the ball. And it did strike me a little bit here. That ball's coming in hot. That ball is high, and he still actually brings it in pretty well. I know it's just one play, but when I see this, I'm like, hey, that was not just a gimme. That actually comes in with a little bit of heat, and it's up above his head, and he goes up and gets it. So when I see something like that, I'm open to maybe him opening up some of his skill set that wasn't there in college. There's another rep with him catching the ball. Now, this time he's catching it from an actual quarterback, and that's a good throw, but it's also a pretty good-looking route. It's also overall just a pretty good-looking rep. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, okay, if he can become a third down back, at least as a pass catcher, I do think that changes the equation a little bit because now you're getting a legitimate third down weapon. If you're just looking at Price as a early down back, then that's kind of low value to me. That's the issue that I have. But if he can catch, that changes the equation. And final thing I wanted to talk about here because this was discussed, the Tyrone Broden thing. McDonald did get the opportunity to discuss it a little bit in this clip. I'm not going to play the clip on stream because you have to listen to what he says. Broden's not participating in rookie minicamp, though, so there's not really a lot to say here. So we haven't seen it yet. Broden's still recovering from an injury. He was on crutches during Seattle's championship parade. So even if he was still technically a rookie, which he might be, I don't know if he qualified for a season, but he's still hurt. But the corner idea is interesting because he can't catch. And at cornerback, you can get away with that a little bit. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to do another video late tonight. It's going to be the tape stuff with Bud Clark. I know it's late, but things got a little off schedule today. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.